how to prepare the best sole rep visa application, and you get it approved. You come to the UK, make a better life for yourself, your family, you get a permanent residency, and you might get a British citizenship. Just for your knowledge, we have captured many useful videos around sole representative visa. Who can qualify? How much money do you need to invest? And how can you prepare your application in a webinar which is on my YouTube channel. So please look for that video if you're looking for 1 hour of comprehensive information around sole representative visa. You might find a link in the description below. Very useful information around sole representative visa if you're considering the application. But this video we are just talking about document checklist, and this is a very comprehensive video around document you need to prepare your sole representative visa. I was just trying to make it easy. What I've done, I've categorized these documents in 6 categories, and I'll discuss it through one by one in detail. So stay with me. If you are interested in learning about document you need to prepare your sole representative visa application. So how many categories do we have? So in my view, we have 6 category of documents you need to prepare your sole representative visa application. So number 1 is ID and relationship document, and number 2 is adequate maintenance and accommodation. Number 3 is tuberculosis screening certificate, not applicable for all nationality, but some nationality they need to provide TB test certificate. Number 4 is English language requirement. Number 5 is business activity and registration document, and there are a lot more documents which I will cover in this video today. What do I mean by business activity and registration, which is probably the heart of the complete preparation of sole rep visa. And number 6, which is last not the least, is a genuineness of your sole representative visa application. So we'll cover all this in much more detail, the 6 category of document in this video today. So let's go through one by one. Number 1, ID and relationship document, which is self-explained as the name suggests. You need your passport. If you are applying with your spouse, the spouse is joining as a dependent, then it's a marriage certificate. If you were married before and got divorced, then we need final absolute decree, which is a divorce certificate. And if the children are applying who are under 18 years old, then we need their birth certificate. Let's go to number 2, which is adequate maintenance and accommodation. So demonstrate you have adequate maintenance and accommodation. So let's talk about maintenance. This is separate to how much money do you need to demonstrate your genuine intention of preparing and submitting sole rep visa application. This is more about your personal maintenance. So there are 2 type of funds we need. Number 1 is to prove that you can survive in the UK after your arrival in the UK. And number 2 is from the company's point of view, that your company can afford the entire plan of sole rep visa. There are 2 elements of financial and maintenance demonstration. 1 is personal maintenance. Number 2 is your entire sole rep visa plan from the company's point of view. Hope that makes sense. So in this number 2 category, we are talking about maintenance and accommodation, and that is your maintenance and your accommodation. So there is no hard and fast requirement around how much money you need to keep in your personal bank account to demonstrate your maintenance. But we suggest around £3,000 per person is good enough amount, and we came up with this number from other immigration application, because for sole rep visa there is no hard and fast number home office request. So let's say around £3,000 per person is good enough. So if you are coming to the UK, if you have £3,000, that might be enough for you for the first month of your stay in the UK. And every dependent we can, let's say, add approximately £2,000 per dependent, approximately. Again, this number can go up and down depending on your circumstances and your need it's not hard and fast number, right? So let's say you are husband, wife and 2 kids coming to the UK, then around £10,000 is enough for the first month of your stay in the UK. Probably less than that, but one of our lawyer can advise you how much money would be appropriate, but this is just the ballpark number. That's your personal maintenance. Going back to accommodation, you need to satisfy the home office that you have made some arrangement while you are coming to the UK as a sole rep. You have made some arrangement for your accommodation. So you might have rented property, or you might have your own property, or if you have none of these, then you can book a temporary stay. And the way you can do is you go online, booking.com, and you book a place, probably a hotel for a few days, probably 15 days. It doesn't cost anything initially, because you can book and block this temporary accommodation for free on booking.com. So you can do that too. Now, number 3 is English language requirement. For sole rep visa, very surprisingly, the government requests very basic level of English, which is A1 in speaking and listening. It's very, very, very basic. And just as a note, if you are doing IELTS, which is IELTS, then make sure you are doing a test which is for UKVI. So when you go and book your online IELTS test, there is a specific section that IELTS test is for UKVI, UK Visa and Immigration. So make sure you take that test and not the general one. Otherwise, the general IELTS test will not be admissible as an evidence at the time of your applications. Number 4 is tuberculosis test. Some countries, some nationalities, they do require to submit TB test certificate. Not sure if you fall into one of that category, but you can find that information on Home Office website. If not, reach out to our lawyers and they will advise you whether you do or do not need TB test certificate to submit. Number 5, and this is the most important, is a business registration, business activity. And this is probably you want to know the most, because the first 4 are kind of self-explained, very common, but this number 5 is not widely publicized, even on the Home Office website or somewhere else. So let's get into much more detail about the business activity and registration document. So first thing first, let's talk about business registration. So we need to provide certificate of incorporation if you have already incorporated company in the UK. Remember, it's not mandatory. You don't need to register your company in the UK before you submit sole representative visa application. If you have done so, and if the company is in dormant state, you can submit a certificate of registration with the application. But again, it's not mandatory. You don't need to do it if you haven't done it. If you have done so, do you have any mandatory insurance certificate? Just in case. So just submit that as well. Again, this is not mandatory, it's optional. Business activity, let's talk about it. This is again very important for an entity trying to establish a branch office in the UK. Do you have corporate bank account? If yes, we need at least 6 months of bank statements. We need at least 6 months of corporate business bank statements for an entity to prove that it's a genuine, legit business doing a genuine trading activity overseas. You might say, but my business is brand new. There are circumstances where a brand new business may want to opt in or try and get a sole rep visa so that they can expand to the UK quickly. Is possibility, and it's perfectly fine. Then in that case, you provide the bank statement for the maximum number of months you could provide. Then after, in business activity is financial statements or financial account. So in your home country, wherever you're coming from, I'm sure there is some sort of accounting system. You might have some a chartered certified accountant or chartered accountant or auditor who will probably certify your financial accounts. Third party credible person, credible entity who is certifying your profit, loss, your turnover, your expenses on a paper. They're certified. That's very important to submit at the time of your sole representative visa application. So let's get either audited or unaudited that financial statement. And then the third one is evidence of share allotment. So if it's a company with shares, sometimes it's a sole trader or sometimes it's a partnership. Now, whatever the structure it might be, we need to provide evidence around that. What is the share allotment? And what is the shareholding within the business structure? It can be any sort of business structure. We just need an independent evidence, an official evidence of shareholding or share allotment. So as you are aware, if you are preparing for sole rep visa application, if you are a majority shareholder within your business, you will not qualify for a sole rep visa. So if you are coming over as a sole rep to the UK yourself, then you should not be a majority shareholder. And for that to prove, we need evidence of share allotment. Easy. Now, evidence of assignment. So let's say you are a sole rep, you're coming to the UK. We need to provide an evidence of assignment to the UK. What does it mean? There are actually 3 documents we can submit for that. Number 1 is employment letter. So the your employer for an employer will write a letter on a letterhead paper that you have been appointed, you are being appointed as a sole rep to the UK. And of course we can provide template. We have prepared so many templates based on our last 10 plus years experience, preparing hundreds of likewise applications successfully. We have prepared tried and trusted template. We can provide it to you. But this is in nutshell, this is the gist of it. You need to provide employment letter. You also need to provide a notarized statement. And what it should include, I'll read it out loud, that applicant will be their sole representative in the UK. A company can send only one sole representative to the UK. They cannot send 2-3 sole representative. As name suggests, is a sole representative. So one business entity can send only one sole representative. So the notarized statement which you are preparing should include 4 points mainly. Applicant will be their sole representative in the UK. Number 2, overseas business has no other branch or subsidiary or representative in the UK, and the overseas business operation will remain centered overseas. So the overseas business cannot move their headquarters to the UK. So that's very important. And the number 4, that applicant, let's say if you are a sole rep, will not engage in any other business activity apart from the overseas entity's business. So sole rep can only engage in business activity around the business they are representing, and that's what we need to include in notarized statement. Now, the last not the least is a proposed UK employment contract. We provide again template, and that's what you need to include to prove that you have been assigned to the UK as a sole rep. Now the next one is we need to provide evidence of your seniority and your current employment, what it could include. So again, there is no hard and fast requirement, but these are the proposed document we ask all our client to prepare, and we provide a lot of templates around it as well. And this is a tried and trusted approach. So you can adopt this for your successful sole rep visa application. So how do you provide evidence of your seniority and current employment? Number 1, you provide the organization chart, which of course suggest where you are in that operation organization chart. Where do you stand? Where are you in the hierarchy chart? So number 1, your current employment contract, that's very important. Your pay slips, if there is any. We also come across candidates who are getting paid cash because of the nature of the business, or probably the way it works in their country, home country. There are some Middle East country where senior member of staff are still getting paid cash. It's quite unusual for the Western society, in the UK, it's quite unusual. Everybody's getting paid by bank transfer, but some countries are still paying cash, which is fine. We just need a confirmation from the employer and possibly from the chartered certified accountant how they pay and run their payroll. Pay slips, of course, it's very important part. And your personal bank statement. If you're getting paid your salary in bank account, then please submit your personal bank statement as well for at least last 6 months, or whatever the maximum period you can submit. I also acknowledge some of the sole representatives are brand new to the company. It's perfectly fine. And the company might have hired you just 2-3 months back, and they say, okay, you are senior member of staff, you have all capacity and capability to develop a branch office in the UK, and we want you to go to the UK and open a branch office. Then in that case you might have just 2 to 3 payslips, which is perfectly fine, no problem. Then if applicable, if there is any promotion letter, that will be helpful. And if you have established branch office in any other country, if there is any evidence that you have been successful, you were successful establishing a branch office in any other country, that might be helpful. Again, this is not like mandatory. This is something we just request just to strengthen the case. And I'm sharing all this information with you right now on this video. It might be helpful for you too. So if applicable, just bring over this evidence, strengthen the application. Do you have any relevant qualification? Please submit that too, any relevant qualification which suggests that you have your capability or capacity to open branch office, be helpful. How did you get selected for this job role in your parent organization? Was there any interview notes? Might be helpful to prove a genuineness. It goes a step further. Again, this is out of box. But we thought about it, how we can prove and strengthen the case for our client, and some interview notes conducted at the time of hiring you might be helpful. Your full CV, definitely I'll go with this evidence. Easy document to prepare and submit. So your full CV as a sole rep should go into the application. That's my recommendation. Now let's talk about the genuineness of the entire sole rep application. We have covered this in a different video which should be there on my YouTube channel. You might find the link in the comment section below or the description section below. But let's talk about genuineness, right? What document you could submit at the time of application for the genuineness of your sole rep visa. So number 1 is business plan. Please note, submitting business plan is not a mandatory document, but we advise all our clients to prepare one. If we were to be instructed, we have a third-party business consultant whom we instruct, who prepare a thorough business plan for you. So this all included in our package, fixed fees package, which we can provide it to you if you are interested. We'll be instructing a third-party business consultant who will prepare business plan for you. But if not, you prepare it yourself, or you instruct a professional who can prepare a business plan for you that should explain in detail how you would establish a branch office in the UK, your SWOT analysis, your competitor analysis, your market research, and your cash flow forecast for at least next 3 years. That's kind of expected, I would say. And when you prepare business plan, make sure you prepare from the layman point of view. The bureaucrats from the home office who are assessing your application, they are not entrepreneurs, they are not bankers assessing your business plan from the funding point of view, but they are bureaucrats. They want to understand what is the viability of this idea of you coming to the UK as a sole rep. So it's a very important piece of evidence, I would say, though it's not mandatory. Number 2 is your company profile. If you have a nice website or you have a nice brochure, any track record, be very, very helpful to strengthen your case about genuineness of sole rep visa. Having said this, again, it's optional. We do get clients from a wider background, from all over the world, in a very, very different circumstances. Some of this might be applicable to you, some of this might not be applicable to you. So please don't worry. If you have it, please do submit your company profile. Do you have any evidence around business premises? If you have a business premises overseas, we can submit evidence of that just to prove it's a legit business, it's a credible business. That's what we would be proving with that. some marketing material. Do you have any marketing material? Maybe some brochure, maybe your nice website, or any case studies you might have prepared, or any promotional material you might have prepared for your business overseas. We can submit that into your SolRep application just to prove the genuineness. Any contract you might have, maybe some commercial contract you might have with your potential client or your existing client, if it's possible to submit, of course, including the data confidentiality, subject to that, and subject to GDPR. Bearing in mind, if you can submit something, be useful. Again, not mandatory, but it's recommended. And do you have any experience opening branch office in any other country as a company? Do you have that experience? Do you have any evidence around that? That will give us some more mileage. Say, look, we have done it in X, Y, and Z country. We can do it in the UK too. So that's all around a document required for a sole representative visa application. It's a bit lengthy, but it's much more comprehensive. This is my humble approach to educate my audience to prepare the best sole rep visa application. Look, while you are preparing it, you might have a lot of questions. What I strongly advise and suggest, please check my YouTube channel for sole rep visa. There are a lot of videos, there are plenty of information on YouTube as well as on my website. Please do visit, feel free to surf around. We are trying to provide maximum possible information so that you would be very well aware as to how to prepare the best sole rep visa application, and you get it approved. You come to the UK, make a better life for yourself, your family, you get a permanent residency, and you might get a British citizenship, and you expand your business, you prosper, you progress. This is what I wish for you and pray for you. But if you need our help, reach out to us, reach out to one of my lawyers. The contact details would be under the description section of this video. And last, not the least, is if you like this content, please do subscribe to my channel. The more subscribers we have, the more reach we would have to more audience, to educate more people at no cost, right? This is what I'm trying to do. And then please provide a comment. So you might have further questions. Say, Yash, I don't know about this question. Can you talk about this? Can you talk about that topic? Then if you put that as a comment in the comment section below, I'll try and create another video around that specific topic for your benefit. I can do that. Thank you so much for watching. Keep exploring. All the very best. I wish you all the best. I want you to be successful. Thank you.